Football fans, what's going on? Welcome into another episode here of Winning Bets. You can tell I'm still sick, so bear with me, guys. Soon I'll be healthy enough here soon. But we're here to talk NFL and NFL Week 4. You guys know how we've been doing it every single week on the Fox Bet Super 6 app where you can win $1 million. That's right. Nobody won the $1 million last week, so they're running it back for another $1 million this week. So that's what we got. We got 6 games. We got to break them down and pick winners and win margins, of course, the way. You guys know all season long, I've been bringing on a special guest. Well, this week is no different. We got Ricky from Pro Gambling Actions. Let's bring in my man, Ricky. Morning. Morning. So you can tell how sick I am. I'm calling it morning. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Good afternoon, Ricky.
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
Good, man. Hey, got NFL Week 4. We got a game kicking off tonight. I know we're not talking about tonight's game, obviously, on the show, but you got any action or anything on tonight's game? Or are you just going to sit back and enjoy it?
You know, I'm leaning the over just because the under has been hitting more often than not. I feel like maybe a little turnaround. Also, I'm liking the Bengals with those white jerseys. I'm leaning a little bit on the Bengals money line and maybe the over, a little 2-leg parlay on that.
You know, I think the over is maybe starting to become a good play here in primetime games. Everybody knows the narrative that primetime games go under. Well, the sports books are adjusting that, and they're knocking the total down to already accommodate that narrative that is happening, and it's a full on thing. So, hell, to see what happens. So, Dolphins, Bengals, 3.5 spread. I got to bet on Mike Gesicki. That's the only bad idea. Just want a little prop bet, have a little fun tonight while I watch the game.
Love it.
So,
love it. That's
all right, let's go.
It.
Yeah, gotta have a little bit of action while we're sitting there enjoying the games. Let's go ahead and jump on into Fox Bet Super 6. I'm gonna throw up this graphic, but nobody wants to see this graphic. Everybody wants to see that amazing setup you've got behind me. So hate to hide your little setup back there, but let's go ahead and throw the graphic up. It's Fox Bet Super 6. Again, it's 6 games. You got to give them a winner and a win margin. That's the brutal part. I only got 3 games right last week, so we're leaning on you, Ricky. We needed you to help the people out because I was a stinker last week. All right,
let's see what I can do, right?
Yeah, first game here. We got Commanders and Cowboys. How you seeing this one unfold?
So, I like that it's in Dallas. I feel like it's Jerry's world there. Anything can happen. A lot of upside for the Cowboys right now, but I'm leaning actually the Commanders by 1 to 2. Just because I do feel like it'll be a close game. A lot of people have the money, obviously on the Cowboys and the rise and everything like that, but I like Carson Wentz to really show out this weekend. Commanders to show what that defense can do as well. Keep it a nice, close game and win by 1 or 2.
Nice. I like how you say close game because we've had 18 divisional games so far in the 2022 season, and 15 of those 18 games have gone under the point total. Not a big surprise, right? You get in these divisional games and they know each other pretty well. So, but just keep that in mind when if you're placing any bets or even if you're doing this contest here, to expect a win margin of any big significance, I think is probably not going to happen. So I like your 1 to 2 pick here. Hey, in 2019, Dallas won both games. 2020, Washington won both games. Last year, Dallas won both games. Maybe it's Washington's turn to go ahead. I don't know. To me, Dallas looks to be the better team. I like the home team here in this spot in a divisional game. I'm going Dallas. The spread is by 3, but I think it's going to be a tick more. I went 4 to 5. 4 to 5 is where I settle on this. Just the better team. You mentioned that Commanders defense, but without Chase Young, it's just not the same. They don't have the same threat there on the defensive line without Chase Young. He's obviously still going to be out for this game. So I look for Cowboys to be able to manage the line, win the battle in the trenches. Cooper Rush does enough. The white rifle will get it done. And the Cowboys went 4 to 5. That's all I see it right there. All right, everybody knows on this show, I'm a Bills fan, so you have to take my opinion here with a grain of salt. So let's really lean on Ricky here for this one. Maybe he'll have some unbiased analysis. Who's winning between this Bills and the Ravens team?
Well, what I've seen from the Ravens, especially against the Dolphins, puts a big question mark on that defense. What I've seen from the Bills, besides last week, putting up 31 points, putting up 41 points, I like the Bills win by 6 or more. I like the Bills easily in this spot.
Easily in this spot. I got it. So the line is, I think, 3, maybe 3.5 right now. The reason why I like the Bills is how they've played against Lamar Jackson. Look, two games against Lamar Jackson. He had 162 passing yards and 34 rushing yards. The other game, he had 145 passing yards and only 40 rushing yards. That's getting Lamar Jackson one-dimensional. You get Lamar Jackson one-dimensional, and I just think he becomes an average quarterback at best. Then you add in the fact that maybe they're going to be having to play catch up with this high powered Bills offense. I trust nothing with Lamar Jackson when you got to throw it. When you don't know what's going to come, that's when the Ravens are dangerous. But if you can predict in the fourth quarter that it's going to be a passing situation, they don't do anything to scare me. Bateman, Duvernay, Robinson, they don't have any good receivers. People are going to mention the Bills' banged up secondary, but it hang with Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I mean, Josh Allen just missed the throw. Isaiah McKenzie was wide open in the corner of the end zone. Everybody knows I was going to go ahead and pick Bills. Now that you're on Bills, boy, that really gets me excited here. Bills got offensive line issues, secondary issues. I don't care. You said Bills 6?
By 6, yeah.
Wow.
I felt like that was a good one. Either 6 or more. But I feel like 6 is kind of giving the Ravens maybe a backdoor cover or, a late touchdown type thing. So, yeah. What do you have them by?
I got Bills by 6. I got Bills by 6, so we're synced up on that one. All right, what about the Seahawks traveling to Detroit to take on the Lions? How's this one going to unfold?
So I'm looking at the Seahawks, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing too much, right? They scored 17 points, 7 points, and then 23 points all in the last 3 games. And you look at the Lions. How many points have they scored, right? 35, 36, 24, just putting up numbers, fighting and fighting and fighting. I have the Lions by 3.
Lions by 3. Okay, all right. Look, it's a Lions game, so I think we're going to get at least a competitive game at best. Lions don't get blown out under Dan Campbell. It just doesn't happen. The Seahawks are allowing the second most rushing yards. They're allowing 157 yards per game. That's bad news because they don't want to put this game on Jared Goff. They want to put it on the running back room with Swift and all those guys right there. Maybe he's not going to play. Maybe he's going to be banged up. I could really care less. Seahawks can't stop a nosebleed right now. I think the Lions are the better team by far. Maybe what we should debate on is what's the over-under of interceptions, Ricky, in this one? We put the over-under at like 3.5 or 2.5?
It's got to be at 2.5, right? You got to give the quarterbacks a little bit of credit, but I like the over as well.
I was going to say you're going to set the number at 2.5, but you're going to bet the over.
Bingo. You know the way I work.
Right. All right. You had it, what? You said Lions by just a couple?
Yeah, by 1, 2, or 3. I have 3 on the app, so.
I cannot see the Seahawks hanging at all. I'll put 14-17. I think this is a statement game for the Lions. This is an opponent they can absolutely handle. Everybody knows how the Seahawks got lucky on Monday Night Football. They've just been a train wreck, generally speaking, since then. I'm just not impressed with the Geno Smith-led team. Give me Jared Goff. He's the better quarterback. They've got the better defense, great corners. I think they'll be able to do well there on Lockett and Metcalf. I'm going 14-17. Big game right here. Big one. So let's go Lions. Don't make me look bad, Lions.
Right.
All right, another divisional matchup here. And again, I mentioned 15 of the 18 games have gone under. What do you see here with Tennessee going to Indianapolis?
This is a tough one, man. This is probably the toughest out of the group, right? You look at the Titans and you look at the running game. You look at Derrick Henry. They're absolute beast. But then you look at the Colts and you see the Colts just beat Kansas City. They did put up a 0 against the Jaguars, which was very unorthodox, so I think after that they really turned themselves around. They showed it against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Colts do it again. I think the Colts can beat the Titans by 3. I have them by 3.
You had the Titans by 3. I don't know if I believe
the Colts. No, I have the Colts. Colts by 3.
Colts by 3. I don't know if I believe the Colts. Look, I think last weekend was just a perfect storm. You know how these 0-2 teams get. They get super desperate, right? You go 0-3, you're not making the playoffs. You go 0-2, you're likely not making the playoffs. That was their home opener. It was just a beautiful, beautiful storm. I'm not buying anything that the Colts did. Titans won both of these games last year. I think they're the better team. I think it stays low scoring, stays under that we've seen in this divisional game so far this season. But I've got the Titans winning this game. I'm going 4-5. They're not going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. They're still without their best linebacker. I'm going 4-5 Titans. They're going to get it done. All right, this one here I think was put on the app so nobody wins the $1 million because this is like, I mean, who really cares about this game, right? Chicago, Giants, Bears. What are we doing here?
Right. So I have the Giants by 1-2 in a close game. They always play a close game with these Bears. But I feel like the Giants can figure out how to get a win. Saquon Barkley. I like dimes. So in regards to their wide receiver core, they're just not there right now. But I also feel like the Bears kind of have an edge on wide receiver in regards to the lineup or the roster. But I don't believe in Fields. I just can't really, I don't know. Is this the game he comes out? Is this the game where he can shine and put up 24 points for the team? But I think it'll be a defensive game in general. But I like the Giants to squeak out a win.
Yeah, I think this will be a defensive game. I actually have the MVP of this game for the Bears punter. That's how much you're going to get 3 and outs. Take the under on like every passing prop, receiving prop. This is going to be an absolute terrible game. I'm with you. I think you said Giants 1-2. That's actually what I put it out at. I actually now Daniel Jones is not a good home quarterback over his career. For whatever reason, he's got terrible ATS numbers at home. But something's going to be different this season up under Brian Dable. You saw what they did week 1 against the Titans. They've been competitive in their other games, at least from a final score perspective. I've got him winning this game by 1-2. It's going to be extremely ugly. I don't really have any confidence. I feel like this one, you should flip the coin once to get the winner, and then flip the coin another time to get the win margin. This is just an ugly game. I don't like anything about it.
Yeah, I'm with you, 100%.
All right, last one there. This one's a little tasty, though. Panthers, Cardinals. I bet a lot of people are split on how this one's going to unfold. I think we get differing opinions. If you ask 10 different people, you get a lot of different opinions on winners and win margins. Who's going to do this one?
So I got the Panthers by 4-5. I think the Panthers actually show Cardinals who's boss right here. Cardinals is going to rely on Kyler Murray running around, doing what he can. I feel like they got a win over a horrible Raiders team. But the Panthers, I feel like, have a better coaching, just have a better, solid team. Is McCaffrey going to play or not? It's up in the air. I'm waiting to see on his practice today. He didn't practice yesterday. But either way, I feel like Baker Mayfield connects with Robbie Anderson a little bit better than he did last week. He was off on a couple big throws. I think that they get that back together, and they really show that the Cardinals are fake.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, you're helping me out on my view count. I'm just staring at the TV over your head, enjoying these highlights here of the Eagles-Lions game. NFL Network's breaking down this game thoroughly, enjoying that while you're providing such great analysis. You bet the Panthers. Wow, I thought maybe we were going to be split on this one. I don't know. For some reason, I just thought maybe I went on the Panthers. I thought maybe that was going to be a little contrarian pick. I think people are going to gravitate towards the Cardinals. I like the Panthers here at home. I was on the Panthers last week against the Saints. I thought they were going to be able to get it done. They obviously did get it done. I'm not scared of anything with this Cardinals team. Is Baker Mayfield that much of a worse quarterback than Kyler Murray? I love his competitive. That guy's got fight, man. You see it every single week. He'll just will his team. Not necessarily going to will them to a victory, but he's going to will them, in the fourth quarter for a chance to win the game. I mean, this is one field goal away from being 2-1. That's how they lost the season opener against the Cleveland Browns. So I'm with you. I'm going Panthers. A little bit different of a win margin, though. I did by 3 points. I just went by 3 points. I think you said 4-5, if I recall.
Yep.
4-5 right there. All right, that's how we see NFL week number 4 breaking down here on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. Let's give Ricky a chance to plug whatever the hell he wants to plug, whatever you're up to, Ricky. Tell the people what you got going on, man.
All right, guys. So I have an app launching at the end of October. App is going to be a sports betting peer-to-peer app. That's what we're going to really advertise on it, is the peer-to-peer part. But you can buy and sell picks, create a profile, chat privately amongst each other. It'll have a leaderboard at the end of every month. The winner of the leaderboard wins cash prizes at the beginning of every month. It wipes the slate clean so everyone can compete for that next month. Like I said, buy and sell picks as well. It'll keep an accurate record of your wins, loss, and return on investments. Also your sales too, what state they're coming from, kind of where, what time of day they sell at, things like that, to give you a better perspective of when to post your picks. Gain a following. You guys can post stuff just like Twitter or social media as well. So yeah, and then it'll have where you can report people or block people too, everything like that. So a full-on app, and the money that the app makes will actually go back into the app and upgrade it for fantasy sports. Nice. And to a feature where you can go live as well. So you can go live, say you're at a game or a sports event or at the sports book. You can go live, communicate with your followers and things like that as well. So that'll launch at the end of October, hopefully.
All right, end of October, but you don't want to wait till the end of October to follow Ricky with pro gambling action. Of course, in this video description, he's got a Twitter, he's got a TikTok, he's on the social networks just like everybody else, and all that information can be found down in this video description. So go check him out on those platforms. All right, Ricky, enjoy NFL week number 4. Kicks off tonight, as we mentioned, but look forward to seeing if we can't give somebody $1 million thanks to your advice. So I appreciate it, man. Enjoy it.
Hey, man, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. Thank
Yep.
you.